And like everyone's so sky high, and like reaching those moments, like like we're doing so hot, and then Kevin Love kind of came up with an article or some sort about he had a panic attack on the bench,
Yeah,
and knowing that he is so successful and everything, and everyone kind of unmasked like, oh, he's a basketball player. Like everyone's like, oh, he's not a human being anymore. He's just a
right.
basketball player. So how do you like knowing that they're going through stress and anxiety and things of that nature? Granted, everyone is going through that. So I
Yeah.
wanted to see when you go through that stuff, how do you handle it, and how do you kind of try to move past these kind of things that are going on in life?
I mean, like obviously Kevin Love, like I think he'd been like battling with it, and I keep
Yeah.
finding like I'm more than a basketball player, and like I'm very successful, and I still battle it. So you're just trying to break down those barriers of like,
Yeah.
no matter who you are, you're always gonna have those like problems, and when like it's okay to have those problems. And like
Hmm.
for me, I have anxiety. It's one of those things I never really like, like I thought it was there, but I obviously didn't care. Like, I just didn't like really like worry about it because I always
Yeah.
had everything else going on. And like
Hmm.
it was always like what it is. And like how I kind of like how I used to deal with it was like if it was like something that bothered me, I just
Hmm.
wouldn't like do it anymore. So simple as like public speaking, that was one of my biggest like fears. I
Yeah.
didn't want to talk in front of any one of these people I didn't know. I'm like, oh heck no.
Yeah.
I dropped it at community college like 3 times, and then my last semester was like, "In order to graduate, you have to take this class, so, like, take it." And I remember being in the class and I started, almost getting that feeling like, I'm shaking, like, just,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
anything, I wake up with, like, ready to throw up type of thing because I knew I had a
Mhm.
speech that day. I
Yeah.
remember I left. I left the class, I left my stuff in there, and I went and got a water, and then it was, like, one of those things that's just like, "Just go do it." And I did it, and it was easy. I was like, "Okay," and I got it for the class, and it was, like, one of those things that you just put like, everyone's different, but for me, like, I overthink a lot of stuff. So, like,
Mhm.
I've noticed now instead of, like, making, like, decisions at the time,
Mhm.
like, when I'm feeling these certain ways, like, it doesn't everyone's different, but my anxiety doesn't last the whole day. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
could last in spurts. It could be 10 minutes or it could be 5 minutes. But I
Yeah.
noticed like in order to like move forward, it's like you deal with it at that time and like the way there's like definitely different like ways you can go about stuff. And I've been learning like that more now because I've had to deal with more anxiety recently than I ever had. So it's like
Yeah.
finding ways to just calm yourself down or finding ways to just like stop overthinking has been like a
Mhm.
kind of like a cool thing. I've actually been like kind of excited because I feel like I've been like, growing in different aspects and anxiety has been a problem that I pushed off for so long that it's like,
Yeah.
all right, like now you're taking it head on and you live with the results. And if you're getting better at stuff and doing it for the right reasons, like you live with it. So I think that's like what Kevin Love was just kind of doing is like
Yeah.
breaking those barriers down is like if you feel this way, it's okay to feel that way. Get help,
Mhm.
do research about it, and like everyone's human at the end of the
Yeah.
like just keep moving forward.
I could kind of say the same thing because I believe like kind of everyone kind of goes through it, and I could personally say I go through it a lot. Like anxiety is always there for me, and I think the same thing with you. I gotta agree with you. Like it's in spurts, like it's not like the
Yeah.
whole day, but I those spurts are kind of like they're bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like you could be having the best day you want, and like out of nowhere it's clicked. Like something just happened, and you can't like even if people ask like what's going on, you can't even explain it. You're like, I don't know how like to
Yeah.
explain this. This is there.
Yeah. Exactly, and I think when people never experience it, they don't really know, like they don't know what's going on, this
Yeah.
that, like, it's very hard for them to just be like, like, I can't like, my dad, he's one of those people, he's kinda like, he just, "Oh, man, you're good, man, don't worry, man, you're
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
good dude, you're a college athlete, you're
Mhm.
this, and that, like, what do you got to worry about?" And I'm like, it's not as simple as that, So he's
Yeah.
very understanding, but like older people, that's kind of how their approach is. Like,
Yeah.
what do you got to worry about? It's like,
Mhm.
okay, like you don't understand, how to, how this works.
Yeah.
I'm not worrying because I want to worry. It's just like a part of takes over
Yeah.
and you start to, okay, what the heck's going on? Am I actually doing this in life? Am I, like you start
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
you just feel like like everything crashes on you at certain
Mhm.
times. And I think that's been like a really big thing of mine. I'm just like not beating yourself up over those stuff. If you like, like I've kind of like, I am what I am, like I'm gonna obviously work in my ways to like make myself a better person, but like I know that's me at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna control it as much as like I can, and that's what I've been doing. And that's like a cool part for me.
That's
That's true.
awesome.
Yeah, I've dealt with anxiety for years, and like
Yeah.
similar to Shane, like in high school, like I kind of ignored it, like oh,
Yeah,
just push it away. It's not a thing. And it's the stuff like tests, presentations, volleyball games. There's
yeah,
times in games where I have like a little panic attacks, like if I don't block this ball, we're gonna lose. It's all on me, and I'm
yeah.
just freaking out in the court. And now, like recently, just being honest with myself, I've done different stuff. I've started working out more, been meditating. I've been playing volleyball more, but like actually enjoying it. Before, I don't know about you, Shane, but in like stressful situations in sports, I used to like hate it,
Yeah.
honestly. Even though I loved volleyball, I was like, I have to win. I have to do this.
Mhm.
And now it's just like I'm genuinely enjoying the sport, which is such a nice feeling.
No, I totally agree. Like with basketball, the same thing. I felt like there were certain times I'd be, if I didn't know like the outcome, if I didn't know I was gonna be starting this game, or if I didn't know, you know, where I ranked on the team or stuff like that, I almost didn't even want to play basketball. I'd be like, all right, this is a fear. Like I'm just gonna make
Yeah,
up
Yeah.
in my head that it's not gonna go my way. And then once I realized like what do you have to be like, afraid of, or like what,
Mhm.
like that's when
mhm,
it's just like you try to just shut that off and be like, all right, like it's over, you're good, don't worry, like but our brain, it's just working is to like think
Yeah.
of the worst case scenario, and that's the worst. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get something's gonna happen bad this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna score 0. I'm gonna have the worst game of my life, or like, and it's like, no, you're not, but you're just overthinking it.
Yeah.
right.
You get that like pit, and it just feels like a bottomless like pit in your stomach, like
Yeah.
you can't eat
Same thing.
nothing.
Like I battle that like every single day. I feel like I'm trying to get better with it, obviously, but it's something that you kind of have to work. Like everyone's different. I don't want to say like, oh, everyone should do this, but for
Right.
Yeah,
me, it's like a slow process of maybe if I tried this today, it could
Mhm.
help. And I've been trying to like it's been a trial and error of like
Yeah.
how to battle this and things of that nature. And I think it does work if you kind of try new things. For me, everyone's different, so like when I do try new things, it's kind of helped. Like even if I don't want to do them. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, I was just before like we started recording, I was telling Amit I went hiking, quote unquote. I went on a trail. I've
Yeah.
never done that in my life, but I went and I was like, this is nice. Like I should do this more often. Like it's a clear mind. I'm just walking, talking. Like this is awesome. So for me, it's just like things that aren't really like if my mind is kind of clouded and stuff like that, I try to get out, try to do something that could uncloud it. I know that sounds very simple and cliche, but those simple and cliche things
Oh, it
help.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just the kind of like a slow process of maybe I should do this and that, and like every day you got to get better. But like it happens. Like it's
100%.
not gonna go away in one day. So it's like a slow process of getting to where you want to be.
Yeah, no, I agree, and exactly like it. When we say slow, I think about there's certain times where right now, like, all right, take 5 like deep breaths, calm down.
Yeah.
We'll get on your bike and ride it for a little while, and just
Hmm.
okay, it's the most simple thing like ever, but okay, it works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's working. It might not work in certain spots, but right now it's working.
Mhm.
Like
yeah,
that's what I just try to been doing lately.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mental health is just something very different. Go ahead, Amit. You were gonna say
Now
something.
you get it. Same thing for hot. So like, it's different for everyone else. So don't take what I say as like the truth. But like, honestly, what I found best is like being able to just know what you can control. You can't control the whole world. So
Yeah.
do the small things.
Yeah.
Because I found like the things I was anxious about was like stuff that I couldn't even control. Like you can't win a game by yourself. You can't control the world. Like just do what you can do.
No, I totally agree with that. I always like control what you can control. Like always, that's like a
Mm.
motto.
Consistency. Yeah, good thing. Like I feel like people should talk about this more. Like we're just talking right now.
Yeah.
I think talking about it kind of makes it better. because
Yeah.
then you like if everyone's kind of holding it in, then you think everyone's doing great, like, oh, I'm the only one going through this. And then once you bring it up and everyone's like, oh shoot, you go through that too, I do too, and it just like it opens a kind of a conversation between even best friends, like, oh, I didn't know you were going through that, like, let me hear about it, like, what's going on.
Right.
Because everyone's kind of putting on a mask, like, not everyone's 100%. Like, I can even say for myself, like, when I'm not feeling down, I'm putting on a mask, like, I'm good, like, I don't want the world to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I feel like putting down the mask once in a while helps. Like, obviously you can't be, oh, I'm just gonna not talk the whole day, I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes you have to put on the mask and go out and be like, all right, I have to. Like,
Yeah,
for me, I have, like, you have to at some point.
You have to talk about it, or it's
Yeah.
gonna just blow up. And I noticed I used to do that when I got so much stuff going on. It'd just be like, that doesn't matter to me right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine, I'm good. And then it would come out a month from now, a stupid little argument or whatever. I'd just blow
Yeah.
up and just go insane. And then I'd be like, no, I didn't mean it. You know, I didn't mean it. You know, like that's, but that's what would happen is like, I didn't take those like, you know, the proper way to go about stuff. I
Yeah.
just went about it my own way, and my own way didn't work, you know, like of like
Mhm.
putting it off. If you don't talk about it, it's gonna eat at you even more.
Yeah, I
The
agree
more you
100%.
feel like you've got it under control, or like you're going about it the right way, the better you feel about it.
Mhm. And also, if people like, I always try to tell people, and if whoever's watching, well, like, going to the doctor isn't something bad and should not be frowned upon. If something's bad going on in your life and you do not really have someone to talk about, I believe going to the doctor is the right decision because they're trained professionals on this. Like, they can help. Like, they went to school for this. Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought about getting a therapist just to just talk,
Mhm.
Yeah.
get my stuff out, and feel better. Because every time I talk about it, it feels better. You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because same thing. I want to reiterate what I just said. Like, again, saying that I go through this and someone else says I go through this too, it does help because you're like, I'm not the only one. Like,
Yeah,
I can't be the only one going through this. So the opening the dialogue, I think, is the most important part.
totally agree.